Greetings. I just want to check if you guys can hear me. So that we can proceed with the session. Just comment on the chat if you can hear me. Just comment on the chat if you guys can hear me. So I'm gonna start with the session. There is our question, and we need to be understanding what we are going to deal with here. We are going to deal with the bank reconciliation statement, and I want you guys to pay attention so that we can start. So we are going to deal with the bank reconciliation statement. So I'm just going to show you the format of these books that we are going to deal with for the business, right? So before I start with the question, I want us to just look at the I just wanted to look at the answer sheet right there. The answer sheet. So the answer sheet, or on this, the answer sheet, we've got our bank account right there. We've got our bank account. And then we've got our bank reconciliation statement, right? So I'm not going to dwell much into how this should be, but I'm just going to dwell much on how do you prepare this and we dwell much on the understanding of the two, right? Remember, bank reconciliation, right? Because I posted a video last week where I was explaining the theoretical part of the topic bank reconciliation, and I also indicated that, just to remind you, I also indicated that on the debit side of the bank account is the favorable side, and then the credit side of the bank account is the unfavorable side. And then when we go to our bank reconciliation statement format, our debit side is unfavorable side of the bank reconciliation statement, and the favorable side of the bank reconciliation statement is credit side. I'm going to repeat. I'm saying debit side of the bank reconciliation statement is the unfavorable side, and the credit side of the bank reconciliation statement is the favorable side. Just make a note for that. And then the bank account debit side is the favorable, debit side is the favorable, and then credit side is the unfavorable, so vice versa of the two. I hope you got that. So I'm gonna go back to the question right there. We're just gonna be dealing with this question. So I'm just going to go to the question right now, and then what I'm going to do on the question, I'm going to outline or identify, right? I'm going to outline or identify the questions that must go to the bank reconciliation statement, and the questions that must go to the bank accounts, or the question that must go to both accounts, because you might find that that transaction qualifies to be recorded in the bank account, and it can also qualify to be recorded in the bank reconciliation statement, right? So we just need to be mindful of that, right? So let's just go through the question. The question number 9. This question is also in the textbook, but this is the old textbook question. that is also there in your textbooks is question 9. I'm not sure of the page if you want easy access to this question. Okay, so it says on the 3rd of June 2019, Bus Buy traders compared the bank statement for June 2019 with the bank reconciliation statement on the 31st of May 2019, as well as the cash book for June 2019. The following was revealed: unfavorable bank balance on the 3rd of June 2019, 316. So unfavorable balance, that means our opening balance of the bank account is going to be on the credit side, because remember, when a bank balance is unfavorable, meaning the cash book is unfavorable, right? So we are going to open this on the credit side of the bank account, right? That is unfavorable side, as I was explaining when I started. And then secondly, we go to the credit balance of the bank statement. Credit balance of the bank statement. So credit balance of the bank statement, is the favorable side. So it means our balance according to bank statement, or balance as per bank statement, is going to be recorded on the credit side of the bank reconciliation statement. So question 1 goes to bank account. I'm just gonna name it BA, right? And then credit balance of the bank statement goes to BRS. I'm just gonna say this transaction qualifies to go to the BRS, right? And then let's go to the next transaction right there. The next transaction, they say the bank statement showed an unpaid check for 130 revealed from a debtor, M. Mabel, and dishonored on account of insufficient funds. So the bank statement shows something. It means the bank account does not show it. It is there in the bank statement and it is not there in the bank account. It means we need to record this transaction in the bank account. We need to record this transaction in the bank account. You need to record this transaction in the bank account. I don't know if you guys hear me. And then so it means this transaction goes to BA, bank account. I'm just gonna indicate like that, okay? And then we go to the next transaction right there. I said this one is BA, and then let's go to the next transaction. The next transaction says the bank statement showed the bank charges amounting to 35 rand. So remember, with the bank charges, the bank just pays itself from your bank account. It doesn't even ask you. You will just see on the bank statement that there was a deduction from your money of bank charges by the bank. So in that case, we have to take this account into the bank reconciliation statement, BA, in the bank account. I mean to say, we need to take this in the bank account because it appears in the bank statement. Anything that does not appear in the bank statement will take it to the BRS, right? So this one appears in the bank statement. It means it does not appear in the bank account. Remember, anything that is in the bank account must also be in the bank statement. So when the transaction says to you something is in the bank statement, it means it's not there in the bank account, and we need to deal with that. I don't know if that makes sense right there. And then let's go to the next transaction right there. The next transaction Let me fix this one. The next transaction is transaction number 5. They say deposit of 1,000. Deposit of 1,000. Deposit of 1,180 not yet credited by the bank on the bank statement. So it means it has been recorded in the bank account, but it's not recorded in the bank account, or it's not reflecting in the bank statement, I mean to say. So it means it qualifies to go to the BRS. We're going to correct this matter in the BRS. I don't know if I make sense right there. BRS, right? BRS. We are going to record that in the BRS because they say it's not yet credited by the bank account, or by the bank, I mean to say. So it doesn't reflect in the bank statement. Therefore, when something does not appear in the bank statement, it means it does appear in our cash book, which is our bank account. Then we need to record that. We need to record that in the bank reconciliation statement. We go and correct that in the bank reconciliation statement. Right? So let's proceed to the next question. I was just emphasizing on this so that people can get to understand something appears, something doesn't appear, something appears, something doesn't appear, so that you guys get to understand what we are exactly dealing with right here. Right? So let's go to the next transaction right there. So let's go to the next one. The next one says the bank account debited account of bus buy traders with 225 rand, a check drawn by another customer. Right? So the bank debited us. We are, remember on top there they say we are what? We are bus buy traders. So we need to check what is exactly happening. So I hope you get that one, that we need to understand what is exactly happening right there, right? What is exactly happening right there? Okay, so I'm going to read the transaction again. The bank debited account of bus buy traders with 225, a check drawn by another customer. So what does it mean? It means the bank made a mistake, because remember, when the bank debit you in the bank statement, they're actually saying you are making a payment, but you did not make a payment. The other customer made a payment, not you. So the mistake happened where? In the bank, not in our books. So we don't have control with the books that are controlled by the bank, which is the bank statement, right? So what we need to do, we need to go and inform the bank in the BRS that correct this. BRS, how are we going to correct this? The bank says we've paid someone and it's not us, it's another customer, which is another business, maybe making payments, but instead of the bank deducting them, they deducted us. So we are going to say when they deduct us, they debit us. So we are going to tell the bank credit amount wrongly debited because they debited us by a mistake. I don't know if you get my point right there. I'm gonna explain again because I know these transactions like this, they usually give you issues, right? So they said the bank debited account of Best Buy Traders, which is us. They are saying we've made a payment. The bank says indicated in the bank statement that we've made a payment of which we did not. That's why they say they've debited us. In a simple language, it means we've made a payment with an amount of 225, a check drawn. So it means a check was withdrawn, or maybe payment was made by another customer. So they were supposed to debit that customer in their bank account, not in our account, but by error or by mistake they debited us. What must we do when in this case we are going to record this transaction in the BRS to correct the bank that we don't know about this payment, so credit our account with this amount because we have never made such a payment or a withdrawal. I hope you got this one. Let's go to the next one right there. And then the next transaction number 7, they say the bank statement showed a deposit of 680 made by another customer and credited in error to account of Best Buy Traders. So vice versa with transaction number 6. In transaction number 7, the other customer or the other business or another business deposited money into their account, but the bank made a mistake and gave us that money. It credited us with 680. What does it mean? It means by error or by mistake, the bank says we have received 680 and we don't know about that money. Yes, it is there in our bank account, but it doesn't belong to us. It was deposited by another business the other business was depositing into their account, but by mistake or by error the bank took that money into our account. So in this case, when we fix, we're just going to say debit amount wrongly credited, because they credited us the amount that doesn't belong to us. So we need to reverse that payment because it doesn't belong to us. It belongs to another business. The other business was trying to deposit money. Actually, they were depositing money into their account, but the bank gave it to us. So we need to tell the bank, hey, we don't know about this 680. Take it back to where it belongs. When we go to the BRS, we're going to say debit, because we're paying the money back, debit amount wrongly credited. You will see when we are going to do these recordings, but I'm just trying to explain transaction by transaction for better understanding before we start our recording. So if someone missed this one, we're still gonna come back here, right? So let's go to the next transaction. The next transaction, it says the bank statement showed a debit order for 250 for payment to Best Buy investors, part payment of the loan. So here we were making a payment of the loan through a stop order. So what happened right there is that we agreed with the loan people that we just deduct the money from our account on this date of 250. That would be part payment of our loan, right? So this is this appears in the bank statement. It means it does not appear in the it does not appear in the bank account. So we need to take that as well into the bank account, right? And then transaction number 9. Transaction number 9 is says the bank statement showed a credit of 45 rand for interest on credit balance of the current account. So interest on credit means interest income, where we are receiving money. This appears where in the bank. That means this appears in the bank statement, but it does not appear in the bank account, which is our book. So we need to take that 45 rand of interest received, because interest on credit means interest income. We have to take that into the bank account as well. So let's go to the next transactions. So the next transaction, they say the following checks are still outstanding. Number 321, or these are actually called, you can call them uncleared payments. Outstanding checks are called uncleared payments, right? These are uncleared payments by the bank. These are uncleared payments. So there are three outstanding checks. It refers to uncleared payments. Uncleared payments, right? So maybe I can say in brackets uncleared payments so that you guys follow. Uncleared payments. Uncleared payments. Uncleared payments. Uncleared payments. So this outstanding checks refers to uncleared payments, so that you can better understand, just reducing it to your level and your textbook as well, right? And then so we just need to understand that these are uncleared payments, and then there are three, and then the note right there says check number 321 issued on the 12th of May in favor of a creditor WW Distributors, debited 31st July 2019. Check number 491 issued on the 20th of June in favor of WJW Suppliers. So they're just indicating to you these checks, what was these checks for, and who were we paying when we distribute or maybe make payments for these checks that are uncleared. So now we have got this, and then this, when they say these are outstanding checks or uncleared payments, this, it means that the payments are not cleared by the bank. So it means if the payments are not cleared by the bank, we are going to indicate to the bank through BRS that, hey, fix this, clear these payments. So this transaction goes to the BRS. And then transaction number 8, I forgot to indicate, it goes to transaction number 8 goes to bank account BA, and then transaction number 9 goes to BA as well, right? And then so let's go to the answer sheet right there. So I'm just gonna give you a moment for you to check the accounts, you know, the answer sheet, so that you will draft just 2-3 minutes. I know you guys can do it quickly, 2-3 minutes, and then we proceed. We'll proceed from there. So here is the answer sheet for bank accounts. Just do it in 1 minute. Just do it in 1 minute. I'll be with you in 1 minute. So if you guys are done with the bank account, just indicate on the charts, and then I move to the bank reconciliation statement format, so that we are all in the same page. Just indicate on the charts if you are done with this one. Good evening, good evening. I hope everyone can hear me. Good evening. Can everyone hear me? Yes. I would like us to just leave the meeting, and then because Prophet was supposed to be conducting this session, but I think I don't know if on his side what is the issue, network or what, because I can't also get hold of him. So I'd like us to just leave the meeting, and then I'll try to get hold of him, and then we'll send a message. Maybe he will just try to get us into confidence on what is really happening on his side, and then and I just want to appreciate you again for joining. This a sign that you are encouraged and you really want to learn and become a disciple. But due to now what is happening, because I can't get hold of him, so we will just have to exit, and then I will proceed either next week or tomorrow, depending on his communication and his availability. I know that even last week we were supposed to have, we couldn't have because of certain reasons, but I would like to apologize as well on behalf of him. So I would like us to just be patient and have a heart to forgive him based on the circumstance, because now since I can't get hold of him, we might not know what is really happening on his side. Maybe there was an emergency or something. So let's just leave the meetings, and then we will join in the next session. Yeah, okay, no problem. Let's meet in the next session, and God bless you. Shalom. Hmm? Bishop. Sugili bang kuja muri chat or wibinsa. Baba Philip mo. I hope you guys can hear me. Just check those others. I see they're informing me on WhatsApp that they can't hear me. I don't know if now you can hear. My volume is well. Let's just check, and just let me know. Even those that can communicate me via WhatsApp, just let me know if you guys can hear me, because someone they say there's no volume. So this is also the format of the bank reconciliation statement that we are going to record in, but let's confirm on the chart right there, or maybe on WhatsApp, that if people can hear me so that I can proceed. So the one that is displayed right now is the format of the bank reconciliation statement. So let's comment quickly. Let's comment quickly, bank reconciliation statement. Can you see that? And if you guys can hear me. Okay, so now I hope you guys got the format, right? The formats are fine. So I want us to go and record right now. So let's go back to the question. Let's go back to the question, and then we'll take it from there. So now here is our bank reconciliation statement, our bank account. So now let's go back to the question. I just want us to start afresh again, and now we are going to record. So number one, they say we have got an unfavorable bank balance on the 3rd of June 2019 of 316, right? So that is the number one question. They say we've got an unfavorable balance on the 3rd of June 2019. So that is the opening balance. Of the bank account. So we need to go to the bank account. On our answer sheet right there. On our answer sheet on the debit side, and say balance. On the credit side, balance brought down of 316, right? Because remember, they gave us an unfavorable balance, so we must go to the unfavorable side of the bank account, which is our credit side, and record that, right? So let's go back to our question again for the next transaction. So our next question says credit balance of the bank statement. So that is a favorable balance of the bank statement. So it must go to the credit side. Of the bank reconciliation statement. So I just want to go directly right there. I just want to go to the bank reconciliation statement on our answer sheet quickly. So let's go there. We are just going to say credit balance balance according to bank statement. So this must actually go on the other line. Very cool. Just cut. Credit balance according to bank statements. So now let's go back to the question. How much is it? It's 4,839, right? So you go to the credit side, you say 4,839. And then that is how we must record these accounts. Remember, credit side of the bank reconciliation statement is the favorable side. Okay, so let's go to the next transaction right there again. Let's go to the next transaction. So the next transaction says the bank statement showed an unpaid check for 130 received from a debtor and dishonored on account of insufficient funds. So this person paid us, right? But after paying, we went to the bank. We found that there's no money in the bank. So basically, this person did not pay, right? So, and they say the bank has already indicated that. The bank has already indicated that no, this person did not pay you guys. There's no money in this person's account. So what must we do? We go to our bank account and reverse that money. Remember, when we received the money, it means we have debited the money in our bank account right there. So now this person, there's no money that we received. So we're just going to go to the debit side and say debtors. Debtors or debtors control, and then 130, because this person did not pay. The time he paid during the payment, when he was issuing a check, we recorded on the debit side. Now because you realize this person did not pay, we are taking that amount back. So when we have to reverse it, we're just going to the negative side or unfavorable side of the bank account and record and say debtor or debtors control. You can just say data, no problem, or debtors control, still fine. And then that is how we record this transaction. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I don't know if you guys understand. I don't know if you guys can understand or not. And then let's just go to the next transaction. The next transaction is the bank statement showed the bank charges amounting to 35 rand. So this one goes to the BA. Obviously, as I said to you, this must be recorded. This must be recorded. This must be recorded on the bank account. So remember, the bank statement shows they just deduct the bank charges from you. So it will appear in the bank statement, but it doesn't appear in your account because it happened in the bank. So we are going to record this in the bank account, right? So let's just go there. Let's just go there. So because it's bank charges, it means it's a payment. So we go to the credit side. Bank, whenever you make payments, you go to the credit side. Bank charges, bank charges, bank charges, 35, right? Bank charges 35 rand, and then I don't know if you guys can see. And then let's go to the next transaction. The next transaction, remember, it says let me just go there to the question. It says deposit of 1,180 not yet credited by the bank on the bank statements. So this is where we are going to BRS, because remember, on this question, if the deposit is not credited by the bank, it means the omission is in the bank, or the error or the mistake is in the bank. So we need to go and correct the bank or fix in the BRS. So we're gonna go to the BRS. Right there on our answer sheet. We're gonna say credit outstanding deposit, because remember the deposit was not credited by the bank, so we're gonna say credit outstanding deposit, and then of how much? Of 1,180. I hope you guys get this one. And then if there's any question, just put on the chats. Okay, and then let's go to the next question. If there's any question, just put on the chat right there. And this session is going to stay here on YouTube for a while, for forever even. So if those who saying they can't see, I don't know, because on my side, remember, I'm opening all my devices to just check everything is going well and everything is just fine. I don't know. And if you can't see clearly, you change the view, right? You know, the quality of your view, that side, maybe it must be 480p or something. That's when you can be able to see clearly. So yeah, you need to just advance your visual on your side. So let's go to the next question right there. So the next question says the bank debited account of bus buy traders with 225, a check drawn by another customer. So here it was another customer making a withdrawal, or maybe making a payment, right? He was making a withdrawal. When you withdraw money from your bank account, they debit it. So, but it was not us withdrawing money, it was the other customer. So it means the bank made a mistake and it debit us and deduct our money in our bank instead of deducting the other customer. Because remember, as you bank, even other businesses, they are banking with the same bank you are banking with, and they become the customer. We are all the customer of that bank. So here the bank made a mistake that when the other customer or another business making a withdrawal, instead of debiting the other business, they debited us. So we are going to tell the bank credit amount wrongly debited, because they debited us wrongly instead of debiting another customer. So I hope I make sense right there. So let's go to our answer sheet right there, into the BRS. Let's go to our answer sheet in the BRS, and then when we get to the BRS, we are going to say credit amount wrongly debited, because they debited us wrongly instead of debiting the other customer by 225. I don't know if you understand. I hope this one, now something like this, when it comes in the test, it's just gonna be easy for you to just kill it, right? So let's go to the next transaction. I hope this one I tried to explain, so I hope you guys understand this one. And then let's go to the next question. So the next question says the bank statement showed a deposit of 680 made by another customer. So this one is the vice versa of transaction number 6, where the bank credit us instead of another customer or instead of another business. It's like the other business deposited money into their account, but the bank took that money into our account, and that money does not belong to us but to the other business. That is why when it continues, it says credited in error to account of Bus Buy Traders, which is Bus Buy Traders is us. It is our business, but now we are receiving money that we're not supposed to receive. We are being credited instead of another business being accredited. So when we fix this one, we are just going to say in our answer sheet right there, we are just going to say debit amount wrongly credited, because they credited us instead of crediting another business. So we say debit amount wrongly credited, so it's 680, right? And then we go to the next question, if you guys understand this one. So it's just the vice versa of the other of transaction number 6, which is transaction number 7. Let's go to the next transaction right there. So the next transaction is transaction number 8. They say the bank statement showed a debit order for 250 for payment to Bus Buy investor, part payment of the loan. So we are making a payment of loan. When we make a payment, they say it is recorded in the bank statement. It means it's not recorded in our bank account. So we're just gonna go to our bank account on the answer sheet right there and records loan or payment of loan. You can just say loan, you can say payment of loan, no problem. And then how much was it? 250. I'm just adding a column there if there's gonna be anything to record right there. So 250, and then let's go to the next question. The next question, transaction number 9, they said the bank statement showed a credit of 45 rent for interest on credit balance of accounts of current account. So this credit interest is just interest received or interest income. So it means we are receiving money. So these interests are shown in the bank statement. So if they are shown in the bank statement, it means they are not shown or recorded in the bank account. So we just need to go to our answer sheet. All right, declare the question again. They say the bank statement showed a credit of 45 rand for interest on credit balance of current account BA. So I repeat, interest on credits balance, it means these are interest received, these are interest income. So they are saying they are recorded. Basically, that's what they mean when they say they are shown. They are recorded in the bank. They are recorded in the bank statement, meaning bank has sorted out their stuff. It's only us. So we go to our answer sheet right there in the bank account, and say interest received or interest income. Interest received or interest income. Okay, and then you say 45 rand, right? So, and don't worry about the format. I know the format sometimes, but I just gave you the full format. But I'm not recording everything. I'm just recording what to debit, what to credit. That's what I'm really doing here. The rest we're still gonna learn as we proceed or as we go forward. So let's proceed to the next questions or the next transactions on the question right there. So let's just go to the last questions right there, the one for uncleared payments. So now here they say the following checks are still outstanding, which these are uncleared payments, right? These are uncleared payments, and then we just need to go and record them, right? So we're just gonna go, remember uncleared payments must be debited in the bank reconciliation statement, because these payments are not cleared by the bank. These payments are not cleared by the bank. So we just need to go to our answer sheet in the bank reconciliation statement and record these uncleared payments. So we're gonna say debit, just do this, debit uncleared payments. Debit uncleared payments or outstanding checks. So we can just also like open brackets, right? Open brackets, we put the first payment. The first payment is 2,800 right there, 2,800 plus the other payment is 250 plus the other payment is 3,200. The other payment is 3,200 plus 3,200, and then we close brackets right there, right? And then let's just calculate and indicate the answer on the charts right there. Just indicate on the charts, how much is the amount right there. Just indicate on the charts how much is the amount. Just add the three amounts that I've put right there. Just give me the answer quickly on the charts. Is everyone getting 6,250? 6,250. I see people are giving me 6,250. 6,250. Okay, and then 6,250. Let me just confirm it with my calculator as well. Don't want mistakes because this thing must balance, you know. Okay, I'm getting 6,250 as well. So now what is it that is left? What is left is for us to close what is left for us is to close the account, to close the accounts, because all questions are done now. All questions are done now, right? All questions are done. And then remember, they say you are required to prepare the bank account properly balanced. So we must properly balance this bank account. Let's just go and balance this account quickly. So which side is bigger right there? So now which side is bigger? So we need to check. Obviously the bigger side is the credit side by the look of things, right? Just add everything that is on the credit side and give me the answer. Just add everything on the credit side right there and tell me how much is the total. Just tell me the answer. How much is the answer? Please give me the answer for the credit side. So it's 781. I see someone got 781. Others, how much are you getting? How much are you getting? Let me also just to do my calculations as others are doing theirs. And please put your answers on the charts, because we need everyone to calculate. We can't be calculating for you. You must at least calculate. Is it me or what? Because it's 316 plus 130 plus 35 plus 250, right? How much are you getting? Please guys, let's help each other to calculate so that we get the right answers. Because when I say 316 plus 130 plus 35 plus 250, I am getting 731. I don't know. Please help me quickly. Let's calculate, all of us. So are we all getting 731? Is it 731? Are you guys getting that? 731. Is it 731? Just let me just get more confirmation on that. I'm also getting 731. So it means that 731 is the one that is correct, because even me, I'm getting it. So anything that is got by me, it means it's correct. But I want also us to confirm. So now we need to balance both sides, the credit side and the debit side, right? So we are going to have what we call on the debit side balance carried down. Balance carried down. So balance carried down is going to be 731 minus 45. How much are you getting right there? Quickly give me your answers on the charts. Not one person, guys. Let's not depend on one person. Let's all be participate. Let's all be participating, please. Let's all participate in this session. I beg. Let's all participate. We need to balance these books, and they must balance, and they must be correct. They must be correct. So let's make sure that we all participate. Let's not depend on one person. Let's all participate right there. How much is the answer? How much is the answer? Quickly, may everyone calculate. 731 minus 45. We want to get our closing balance. The balance are brought down. I mean carried down. Balance carried down. The closing balance are carried down. How much right there? 686. Is everyone getting 686? So remember, they said to you, balance this properly. I believe everyone is getting 686. So remember, they said to you, balance this properly. It must be properly balanced. So to balance properly, we're just going to indicate this closing balance, right? That is going under balances on the other side. On the credit side, it is balance. We're going to indicate that it is going to be balance brought down for the next period, right there. And remember, there's a mark for this. Just to take this amount from here like this, but you bring it to this side below right there as balance brought down 686. There's a marks for that. It's a free mark given because you didn't work for it. You just have to apply the principle. It is called a principal mark. right? So you all gonna get that one. It's good, like you go to the test having this one, whether it is correct or not. Even if the answer is supposed to be 686 but it's 500 there, but you were able to apply the principle mark and bring it this side. Even if the answer is 686 but someone brings 500, as long as you applied the mark from this principle of taking this closing balance to this side like this, you are going to get a mark for that, whether the answer or the amount is right or wrong. As long as you applied the correct principle, you are going to get an answer for the principle, right? So I hope you guys understand this one. Let's go to the bank reconciliation statement. The bank reconciliation statement, we must come here and say balance. We are going to open with this next month, right? In the next period or the next month, we're going to open with this, and this opening balance of next period is on the credit side, right? So it means we must go to the bank reconciliation statement and say credit balance as, or according to, as per, or you can just say balance according to, just to make it easy, according to bank account. Bank account, and then you're gonna take this one 686, you bring it on the credit side here, right? So now we are done like this. What you need to do is to add the debit side, add the credit side, and they must be equal. They must be equal here. If they are not equal, it means something is wrong. We need to go and check what is wrong and try to correct. But even if in the test you realize you don't have time and something is wrong, you leave it, because you don't have time, unless if you have time to go and double check every question and make sure that you are doing the right thing. So let's see, let's calculate the debit side and see how much is it, and then we come back and calculate the credit side and see if they are equal. Quickly, let's start with the debit side. How much are you getting on the debit side right there? Can you please calculate? How much are you getting on there? How much are you getting quickly? Just put on the charts. Tell me how much you are getting on the debit side. How much are you getting on the debit side?
698.
You are getting 930, right? Let's go to the credit side. How much are you getting on the credit side? If it's 6930, it means it's balancing and will be done for today. And I know that certain things that I explain according to how I understand things, and I believe that you can understand them the way I understand and go and make it, right? So how much right there? Is credit side 6930? Is it balancing? Please give me the answer on the charts. You can just say credit is also 930. If it's 930, if it's not, just tell us how much you are getting. It's the same. So that means our bank reconciliation statement is balancing with 6930, right? And this is how we do bank reconciliation statement, right? So this is your bank reconciliation statement or bank reconciliation topic. We've done our bank account, is balancing, it's fine, everything is correct. We've done our bank reconciliation, it is balancing, and we are all happy. Just go and do it again, and this session will be on my YouTube channel right there. You guys can just come and again and watch, and I'll be going live again on Wednesday with you guys. You guys will tell me if we must proceed to inventory or we must do another question for the bank reconciliation statement. So I'll be hearing from you. We are going to go to the next live session on YouTube on Wednesday, and I encourage everyone to just participate and I really enjoyed the session with you guys. You were participating, you were there. Some of you entered the session early. We waited for others to join, and that is good. We're also training our patient. We're trying to be patient as well with others, right? So thank you very much for watching, and please, I remind you, those who want to join our private sessions is only 250 rand per month. We do them, and we go face to face, we go online. Those who want to join and to receive more details, you can just text me. I always send my posters in the group. You guys can just text me either on the number that I send the posters with, or on the other number that is on the poster. You will get response from all those who want to join. Especially, I encourage people to start joining because you guys are writing in June, but also these online sessions are going to take place. Sometimes will be on Teams, sometimes will be on YouTube Live. So I'll be just trying to balance all, but I encourage people, those who want to join, please join now, because you guys are writing in June. And then if you want to join in now, remember, you are not going to pay a full amount for this month, and you also have to pay for June, right? So you just communicate with me and we make arrangements. And if you have any question, put on the comments, put on the chats. I'll be interacting with people on the chats for this session. And I thank you for watching, and good luck, and good night, and salute. Shalom.